Welcome to Nacho Cinema. Today we are going to be giving our awards out. The Nacho Awards 2025, Nacho Average Cinema Awards 2025, to movies that came out in the last year. We chose several categories, most of which are probably some typical categories you'd see in most movie awards. And yeah, we both made our picks for them. Um,
Yes.
some categories were a little tougher than others, I think.
Yeah. I think so. Some were tough, some had a lot of options. Some were hard to even come up with one, maybe.
Hmm.
But we'll see. And comment below any other categories you would like to see in these types of award videos for the future, or what your picks are for some of these awards. But I think we had 20 awards that we are giving
Oh
out
well.
today, the most prestigious awards in uh, our channel that we give out. But yeah, so you may be wondering, movie of the year, what would our movie of the year be? You will not find that out here today. Well, you might find it out today. All you have to do is go check out our other videos, check out our top 10 movies of the year. There you won't just find our top movie of the year, but 10 of them. So go
Hmm.
check those out for the very best of the year, not about these specific random categories.
Exactly. Because yeah, I don't even remember if my top movie of the year did make any of these awards.
Ooh, we will see. I forget what your number one of the year even was. But the first award is at least talking about a best movie of the year. It's talking about the best superhero movie of the year. Superhero movies have been ruling the box office for decades now. Um, a decade and a half, probably around
Yeah.
2010 when Iron Man came out. There have just been multiple per year. Mostly Marvel, but now DC's trying to get back in the game. And I think we had probably three Marvel movies and the DC movie this year. And I guess if other movies were technically superhero movies, they could be in here. But I think it was just those four this year that we saw, correct?
Well, outside of my pick,
Out of
as you
your
can see
pick.
there, of Dogman, who I think was the
Ooh,
greatest
Dog Man.
superhero of them all.
Oh my goodness. I did not think of that. That is a superhero. Dog Man takes
But
the
yes,
award.
the main big ones were the Marvel and Superman movies.
Okay, well, I am giving my award to Thunderbolts. Which made an appearance in my favorite movies of the year list. So find out where it placed on there. But it's taken my superhero award the best.
Yes. Let us know in the comments below which one you thought was the best, and if you are excited for any superhero movies coming out in 2026.
Yes. And then we go on to the lead character. Your favorite lead character. Who was your favorite lead character of the year?
My favorite was one that I saw technically in 2026. Was a 2025 film. This is Timothy Chalamet.
Oh my goodness.
I think his performance in Marty Supreme was a very solid performance. I think he was able to hit a lot of different emotions in that one. I think he did a great job. The movie itself maybe wasn't my favorite movie, especially of his, but I think his performance made it so that it was a movie that I would at least consider maybe watching again. I think he makes it a movie that I could watch when it's kind of one that is a little more gritty and uh, I don't know, sweaty, gritty is kind of how I think of him. But yeah, some way he captures it for me a little bit, and I thought he put on a great performance.
Well, I ain't judging so much about the actual pure talent here because I think no one can compete with old Marty Timothy Chalamet, if it's judging by that. But and luckily, I did not see that film. But one of my favorite characters, my favorite lead character of the year, has to be Novocaine, played
Okay.
by what is it, Jack Quaid. I just think that was a very lovable character, good guy,
Yeah.
but also with probably a pretty challenging role as well. So I think there is a lot of skill in there to be able to play this character and be able to sell all of this more fighting without actually showing any pain on your face. And it's just a totally different way to build a character and to act out a character, and just such a unique take on a pretty average kind of movie storyline. Um, just added a lot of special twist to that movie.
Yeah. That's a good pick.
And then your favorite side character or performance, if you're judging on the actual skill of the actor.
I guess when I get into this, um, I guess it probably goes back more into character.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I don't know, it's just this person came into my head for some reason. And I don't even know now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, I'm sure there were a lot that were better than this, but I had fun with it at the time. And that is Keanu Reeves' performance
Ooh.
as a side character. I guess technically, is he the lead?
I
I
I
feel like
don't
he's
know.
maybe more of a side character, but it's almost like everyone in that movie is a side character. And now I can't even remember what the movie's called. Pepper, do you remember
What
what
is
it's
it?
called?
Good fortune?
Good Fortune,
Good
yes.
fortune.
But they all kind of seem like side characters. Maybe he technically was the lead, but he felt like a side character. So, uh,
Yeah,
yeah, it was a
I,
weird. That was a weird movie to somehow make all three of kind of the main characters all
yeah,
feel like side characters. Have you
yeah.
seen that one?
I have not seen it
Yeah.
yet. But
I thought his perform it was a fun role. But yeah, I guess if I went back to what I said for the Timothy Chalamet performance, I don't know if it was necessarily the best performance this year as a side character, but
Keanu does have me interested in watching that one. But I went with one of my just a character I thought they were going to go an annoying direction with, and that was Javier Bardem's character in F1. So he kind of plays Brad Pitt's old friend, kind of the team manager of this
it was a really good pick.
racing team. And I assumed it's like we're to assume they're old friends, but they're just gonna bicker and fight, and he's gonna kind of throw Brad under the bus or something like that, and it's gonna be one of those dramatic storylines. But it wasn't. They played it, and it felt so real. Like these two had a genuine love and friendship and respect for each other, and they can butt heads, but they always have that brotherhood between them, and they can joke and things like that. And I think he is probably my favorite character of that movie, and it
Mhm.
just shocked me because I was not on the lookout for that at all. So, not
Yeah,
like any groundbreaking role, but it's the one I enjoyed the most.
that's if I had thought about it a lot more and thought of all the possibilities, I that would have probably been right up there for me. I really liked that.
Ooh, the best ensemble.
And Pepper, you'll have to tell me. Maybe I thought of this category wrong, but this is just pretty much saying like the entirety
Yeah.
of a cast, correct?
Yep, yep.
So yeah, this was actually until the performance of Timothy. Uh, the lead actor in this one was going to be my lead of the year, but he
Okay.
got beat out by Tim.
No.
But luckily, the ensemble of this still gets a mention, and that is the cast of Caught Stealing.
Ooh, that's a good one. That is a great one.
Yeah, I they have like these very unique characters that all feel different and they all work and they all kind of flow together really nicely.
Yeah.
Like I think I've said before in our review of it, kind of feels a little bit like bullet trainy of
Oh,
how
yeah.
easily they're able to introduce characters and um, have them kind of come into the story and somewhat, come back out, go out of the story kind of thing, and just kind of flow really nicely. I think it does a great job at that. And it's even though I don't know if any of the characters are really actually like great people per se.
Yeah,
And I'm like, somehow they still make me like the cast at the end of the day, or like the what they're all doing somehow, even
yeah,
though they're all kind of not the greatest people.
yeah. I agree. I agree. That one, I wasn't expecting it, but they have each set of characters in that one has a unique flavor. I really enjoyed it. Mine goes to winning its second award. For me, I am giving the Thunderbolts. I mean, it's a team. They have a huge advantage being a superhero team in this category. I think you have the lead with Yelena. I guess I don't know if she even has a superhero name. You got her father, Red Guardian. Bucky's in here. Maybe not his best, but I think Bucky's still always pretty enjoyable. You got John Walker, new Captain America. And you've got the Void or Bob, whatever his name is. I think
Bebop.
I think they were a great ensemble, and I don't know, just tied in with a great movie. Maybe I'm too favorable. It's a hard one to pick when you're just considering whole batches of characters, because when you open it up to more than just the lead and just the one side character, most movies have a handful of really good characters.
Yeah, yeah, it is a little tougher.
And then, ooh. Forget the lead. Let's talk about the best villain of the year. The best bad guy. Oh boy, what's he giving that look for?
Well, I guess the person I thought of for this one um comes from a movie that I don't know that I really like that much, and I don't know that I like it's not necessarily a suave villain. It's just actually like a uneasy feeling kind of villain, and I'm like, it's making
Yeah.
me uncomfortable. Um, and that is Gladys, I believe it is, from
Oh.
Weapons.
Mm-hmm. Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah, there's just something about her that just, I don't know,
It is.
make it just feels dirty and slimy, and I don't like it. I don't like it, which I think makes a good villain. Even though
Good.
sometimes good villains can be like people that it's like, oh, you can kind
Yeah.
of like them. I don't like anything about Gladys. So I think that's also a good villain, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Um,
Yeah, just from the second she steps on screen, it's like, oh no, I know who the bad guy is now.
right,
Uh,
exactly.
doesn't
That
make
kind of
sense how
feeling.
people seem to trust her somewhat at points, but
Right.
yeah.
That's a
But that was a good one.
yeah.
I think that would be a lot of people's favorite of the year. But not me. Not me. Not my best villain. My best villain is not really a person, but it's not really a monster. It is just death itself in the Final Destination Bloodlines. I just like this character of death that kind of becomes a character, the way it sets up all these scenarios to take these people out. I think that it gets just enough to it from it as a villain to make it qualify for this. And of all of them, I just really like the way that they handle it and how it's not really something you'd really face off against necessarily one on one or take out or kill or anything like that, but trying to outsmart it. I'm always a fan.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good choice. That's a very good choice. From a movie that I like much
Yeah.
better than the one I picked with Weapons. So I like that choice. Uh, yeah.
And on to kind of like a best villain, but best monster, and this could be for whatever reasons. Maybe you just really like the way the monster looks, or maybe it does pose a really good threat in the movie, or something like that. Whatever you want. What is your best monster of the year?
So when you sent me this, you said monster design
Yeah,
for me.
monster
So
and
I was
monster design. Yeah, that's
so
what
I
I
guess
went
the
more with.
first thing I had thought of was Until Dawn, which I liked the kind of use of different monsters and
Yeah,
stuff. Even though there are a lot of ones, kind of things that we'd maybe seen similar things before, kind of cabin in the woods style things where it's like, oh, we maybe know of these monsters, but they kind of are all appearing in the same movie.
Yeah.
I like that. But then as I thought of it a little more, I was like, when for some reason you saying monster design made me just think maybe a little bit outside the box. It's not outside the box, it is an actual monster per se, but the design of the vampires in Sinners and having this hive
Oh,
mind and stuff, and then also being kind of these, I don't know, people that
yeah.
you'd probably trust and stuff. Like when you if you don't know, um, I think it was just a kind of a fun design, especially with that hive mind. It made it a little
Yeah.
like, oh, this is a little strange. I guess I don't know
Yeah.
like all the lore of vampires. Maybe that is something that is in the lore. I guess I had never heard of that part before, if it is. Um, so I thought that was an interesting little take where, yeah, they kind of once they join that, they're part of this crew, essentially. They're forced to be part of the crew, kind of whether they like it or not.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that one, and yeah, they were pretty close for my villains there. I thought the lead one there was pretty intimidating. So yeah, I didn't
Mhm.
really consider that for monster, but that is a unique take. I don't think I've seen that for vampires either. I went much more just basic monsters, monster design. I went with the Gorge. Maybe not necessarily for the main type
The
of
group
monster
monsters.
uh, that you see in that one, but spoiler alert, you do see many types of monsters in the Gorge movie, and I think some of them were very unique and terrifying and things that I would not want to go near whatsoever. So the ones that pop into my mind when I think of the unique creature design type of things for this year, a lot of them come from the Gorge.
Kind of, some of them kind of remind me of like mist adjacent
Oh, yeah.
monsters, kind of thing.
Yes, absolutely. And the best scare of the year. I guess, yeah, I don't know how you take this. Did you? I took this more as like I had one moment, like one sequence moment that I had that I thought was the scariest moment of the year. I guess, how did you
Okay.
go with this?
I ended up going more with I guess it isn't the full movie that I think is scary. So it is kind of more a turn in the movie that's a little more scary. Uh, so maybe it's a moment, but it's kind of a turn towards the end of a movie, and that is Shelby Oaks.
Okay.
It kind of don't really want to necessarily spoil anything,
Okay.
but
So,
towards the
so may,
end, there's some things that happen that are a bit scarier, I think, than um, obviously, like most horror films, like you're questioning why they're in this predicament in the first place. It makes no sense. But
yeah.
now that they are here, this is a bit kind of scarier, kind of a scary situation. Um,
Yeah.
so, uh, yeah, I thought it actually did a pretty good job at being scary, especially, yeah, more towards the end. I don't know that it was necessarily like, oh, really, really scary or anything. And towards the beginning of it. And I wouldn't say it was like, oh, the scariest movie of all time, anywhere near
Mhm.
that. But um, yeah, just
Yeah.
it's kind of a scary situation.
Yeah. Yeah, I crossing over with you here. I went with a scene in Weapons, where there, I mean, I guess it's not the most spoilery scene, but I guess you have a sleeping character, and then you kind of show a door, and it's black, and it's like you don't know the door opens, and you don't know if something's gonna come out of the door. You think it's gonna just pop out at the screen or something like that, and it doesn't jump scare you. But then how they have someone come out this door, make their way towards the character, and then kind of go out of sight of the camera, I just think was the moment that from the moment I saw it until now, I'm just like, that was the scariest sequence that I've seen this year. You're just on the edge of your seat, kind of frozen. You're just like, oh no, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? So unsettling. And again, like not my favorite movie of the year, but can't deny they had some very effective stuff in that movie.
Yeah, I remember there being some stuff from that one that I was also like, it's got me on the edge of my seat a little bit.
Yes.
So yeah, good pick.
And then we go on to best death slash gore, whatever you would want from that. Um,
Yeah, for this one, I ended up going with Novocaine in general. I
oh, yeah,
think yeah, they took the premise of the movie and did utilize it in some gory ways. Obviously, I think if you are going to use that premise,
yeah,
you kind of have to. You're kind of expected to do that, and I appreciated that they actually did.
yeah.
It was yeah. Oh, I wasn't sure, and I convinced my wife to go to it, and yeah, she had to cover her eyes during some things that were happening, and even possibly her ears at other points. So,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely has that. So, if you don't like those kind of things, yeah, I wouldn't necessarily recommend watching Novocaine, even though I think it's a really good movie. If you like that, I think you'll like
Yeah.
the movie.
I agree totally. Except I don't agree that it is my pick here. I'm going back to Final Destination Bloodlines. Obviously, they are always very creative with their deaths and their gore in their film, and I'd say definitely the standout here having to be kind of when you get into the hospital and the MRI sequence. I think maybe one of the best of the entire franchise. So. Um, I think that's the standout for me this year. But overall, as the movie, just as a whole, too, I think has some of the best this year.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a good pick.
And the best action. So this does not have to be bloody. Just the best action of the year, whether you want to go a sequence or overall, what movie had the best? What are you going with?
I got two options here, but I think you might do the one.
Might
Um,
do the one. Okay.
so I might have to just go with the other one. Uh, uh, I I really liked a lot of the action in Predator, both Predator movies actually.
Okay.
I guess
Hmm.
I don't know which one do I go with. Predator Badlands, I guess we'll go with. I think they had some fun use of some different weapons in there and just yeah, fighting some different creatures and maybe the Badlands themselves they were fighting. I think it had a lot of good action sequences in it, and like yeah, just spread out nicely throughout the whole film.
Yeah.
Whereas maybe if I was going action one action scene, um, maybe I would have went with the other one that was on my list here, and I'm thinking that maybe you will go with. But I thought Predator Badlands did a good job with action.
Okay. I am going to go with the greatest stuntman in the world, Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Was this
It was.
your other go-to? Yes, and this one, well, it's not non-stop action. There's a lot of talking in this movie, but
Yeah, I think that's kind of the difference. It depends what you want. It's I like
yes.
probably the moment better, but yeah, throughout the moviness, yeah, I think you get more action in
Yes.
both the
Yeah.
Predator movies.
But I don't think any individual sequence this year can compare to the two that we get. Get an underwater sequence having to do with a submarine, and then a plane, a multi-small personal plane sequence at the end of the movie. And Tom Cruise just does it again. I think both of those amazing theater experiences, or at home, I'm sure it'd be pretty great to see as well. I think he tops himself again. And I don't know how he keeps doing it, and I don't know how he's still alive, but I, no question, had to go with both of those sequences. So just the whole movie as a whole, and the whole franchise. Go watch the whole franchise. Honorary award for every year past that they've made a Mission Impossible movie.
Wow. Wow.
And let's see if it gets this next one too. Most surprising movie of the year. Biggest surprise. What
Well,
the
I
heck?
don't think it's probably going to get this one, but you never know. Um, uh, yeah. For me, it's another one I'm between two, so I'm going to give the honorable mention to Lost Bus. That one actually surprised me. It was actually, um, it's pretty good. I'd recommend going and checking that one out. I don't remember what streaming service it's on. Um,
I think that's Apple. I think it's Apple.
okay. But yeah, this other one, I think I did end up seeing in theaters, probably way later after it came out, after um, kind of the theater experience had become, I don't know, is it a meme it becomes? I don't know if it's considered a meme or what it is. The kids are saying these days. Um, but this is Minecraft. Is my most surprising of the year. I think it was a lot better than I would have expected. I've got no history or nostalgia or anything for Minecraft, but I thought they did a pretty good job for being a movie that they were probably, and I was pretty sure that lots and lots and lots of people were going to see, regardless of if it was good or not. So I think it lived up to be good enough that it was, worth having all those people show up and watch. And I think it's good enough to have, potential sequel if they choose to do that. Maybe are they already doing that?
I think they're making one.
Okay.
I think they are making one. Yeah, Minecraft was right there for me. I think it was probably between Minecraft and the one that I ended up choosing. And you kind of mentioned this one. You went with a different one from the franchise this year. I'm going with Predator, Killer of Killers. This one might not have been that surprising if I had known about it for longer, but it seemed like this one, animated film, just kind of showed up straight to Hulu streaming service. Animated anthology, Predator versus Ninja, Predator versus Viking, Predator versus Fighter Pilot. I didn't know what this would be. I thought this would just be some cool concepts, a few minutes of action, and just patch all three stories together and not really have an overarching story. But they tied it all together, and the reasons that these are in the same movie, I really enjoyed what they came up with. And it's actually ends up currently being my favorite Predator film of them all. One of my favorite franchises. So this was a huge surprise for me.
Yeah, that's a really good pick. That was a huge surprise for me as well.
And then surprising the other way, the most disappointing film of the year. Not the
Yeah.
worst.
Yeah, for as interesting as that monster design was with the vampires, Sinners ended up making my most disappointing, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just the concept and stuff that they had. I was just hoping for more, something different. I don't know. It just never got to the heights that I was expecting. And like some of the trailer stuff that it showed, like it ended up being in a weird timing in the film. It
Yeah.
was kind of like a second of three endings kind of th feel.
Yeah.
So it was really, hey, it's all about how you leave them, and I think that was maybe more than anything, kind of just the way it ended was not as satisfying as I was hoping. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, they had moments in there, and for a long time I was getting hyped, getting excited for yeah maybe the first half of the movie, and then had good spots, but yeah,
Yeah.
overall it just didn't quite get there for me.
Yeah, I'm also giving my award to Sinners. I think we both had this on our anticipated movies of the year list, and I agree the same. I just don't think they hit those moments that I was hoping they would hit once the showdown finally came in the third act. So
Mhm.
disappointing, and even more disappointing that everyone seems to absolutely adore this one, and
I
I
know.
just don't get it. I'm like,
I
I
know. It
have
makes me feel
issues.
bad. It makes me feel bad because I'm like, dang it, everyone else seems to really love this. I don't get it. I don't get why they do, but it's like actually something new, something
Yeah,
a little more fresh, so I want to like it.
yeah,
And it's just like, I just gotta be honest, I don't see what's so great about it. It's like, yeah, like you said, doesn't mean it's the worst, being disappointing. It just
yeah.
like the way some other people talk about it, I'm like, was expecting this to be like a 9 or 10 out of 10 for me, and
Yeah.
it just yeah wasn't there.
Oh man. What a shame. On to best music.
But then Sinners totally redeems itself with the best music. I think the music in this one, I think they had a couple of songs that I really did like. Uh, even the one I was when they started singing, I'm like, oh boy, they're singing the song that's in the Sherlock Holmes, Rocky Road to Dublin. I was like, and yeah, just their kind of slightly different take on it and stuff. I was just like, oh, I really like that, and that's it. They somehow get the best music, but then at the same time, when they were kind of, I don't know, part of the at one point in this movie, it seemed like the music was going to be much more important in this whole play out of this thing than it ended up kind of being. Uh, so I think that was part of where it kind of was weird because it was like, oh, you play the music good enough, you can bring back spirits from the past or future or whatever kind of thing. I'm like, oh boy, we're gonna have some like crazy showdown with these kind of different musics kind of blending together, kind of, I don't know, what is it, Doctor Strange
Oh,
style where we're using music kind of thing. That's where I thought we were going because it did have great music, but. They never did that, so this could have been even better music if they would have just
yeah.
added more songs and just turned into a musical completely.
Oh man. Oh, the potential left out there. Maybe in a sequel.
Maybe.
Yeah, this one was in the running probably for me, but I actually went with Minecraft here. I have played the game, so then when they do have some of the soundtrack from the game in the movie, or even some of the original songs, I actually like. I got some in the playlist. I think they capture that vibe of the movie, which was very surprisingly enjoyable. I think they capture that in their music, and obviously Jack Black's gonna always try to bring some musical element into his movies, and it's usually pretty fun.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Best style. And you can take this however you want. I don't know. It's hard
Yeah.
to tell.
I ended up putting Predator Killer of Killers on this one. I just liked the animated style that they used. I thought it was a very cool way to show the Predator, and yeah, spoilers, that ended up very high on my top movies of the year list, and I think a lot of it had to do with, yeah, that whole style that they used to make this movie.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I agree. This is a great movie.
That is a good one. I went with another animated film, and it's a film that won one of your awards for best superhero film. I'm giving it to Dog Man. Oh man, I it's just so endearing. This movie is just catch you right from the start with its style, with its humor, just constantly hitting you with jokes and the way the camera zooms around, they animate things and they show things and they recap, like kind of telling the news of all of Petey's escapes and things like that. It's just made me fall in love with this movie. And if they didn't have that vision of how they wanted it to feel and look, I just don't think it would work.
Yeah, that's probably true. Hadn't really thought of this one for that, but that's true. That's a good point.
Ooh, the best world building, whatever you want it to be. What was
Yeah,
the best world
yeah,
of the year?
kind of in a way similar to style. What kind of made me like this or appreciate this movie a little bit more. Frankenstein. I just really like the world that they built, and it's probably kind of a combo of world and style. Um, and yeah, I think it just made me feel like I was in a different like
Yeah,
time period, different world where this is actually happening. I think they did a great job with yeah, just all the style of what they were even like wearing and doing and stuff to really build the world. Uh, I just yeah really liked the look of this one, mostly based on the world itself.
yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. I This one's also kind of makes me feel like it's I get taken to a different world, and that is fantastic for first steps, and I guess kind of are taken to a different world to our already unique world of the MCU. This is not even that. It's apparently some other Earth, and it's kind of what 1950s, but futuristic with the Fantastic Four, and they're living in this New York City kind of city. I guess I don't know if it's technically New York City,
Yeah,
but just the look of their apartment is just both futuristic, both throwback, old school type of look, and the way it's filmed and the way the people act and are dressed. It feels comfortable and welcoming and hopeful and nice. Everything opposite of what the world is today, so it just gives me a really good feeling. And then you actually care for it when Galactus does show up and want to eat the world, so
it's true.
they did a good job getting me invested.
That's a good point. That's a good one. Most heart. Yes, this one. I don't know if you'll agree with me or not. There's maybe moments, but I feel like I didn't have a movie necessarily this year that fully made me feel um, kind of most heart, but something about Last Breath just
Okay. Yeah.
maybe it was more like grit, determination, and heart to not leave this person behind
Mm.
and yeah, do whatever we could to try to save this person. So that's the one that I ended up going with in this one. It maybe doesn't like pull at the heartstrings necessarily at any
Yeah.
point. It's been a while since I've watched it. Maybe it did. I don't remember, but I I don't know that it actually did that, but just the kind of more the human condition of like doing whatever it takes to
Mm.
try to save this person that most people would have said,
Yeah.
you're battling uphill, you have no chance of doing anything at this point, and just yeah, not giving up. And I think that to me was kind of another version of heart in
Yeah.
a film.
Yeah, it's so hard to. This was a hard one to choose. I ended up going with Frankenstein. I thought that just seeing this monster, which we usually see as this monster, and trying to give him emotion and growth and heart and how the people affect him and how he interacts and grows a bond with certain characters, I thought really worked for me and got me to care for a monster
Yeah,
that usually you don't. So I was surprised to find heart in that movie.
it's a good one.
And then on to a family movie, which feels like it could have some crossover with most heart type of movie, but I have a different one. I did not go with Frankenstein for this one. It's not quite the best family movie, but I'm giving another award to Dog Man. Very,
Okay.
very lovable movie, nice movie, just wholly kid friendly type of movie.
Yeah, wow, Dogman is sweeping the awards. But he did not make my family movie, but it is a great choice for this award. But I think my pick also is a great choice that has not been mentioned yet, has not won an award yet. And this one, I didn't know if it was necessary because I thought it was going to be shot for shot a movie that already existed. And this is the live action How to Train Your Dragon. Um,
Okay.
and this one probably does have a bit of heart in it too. If you've ever watched the
Mhm.
original, it is very sim almost exactly the same. But there's just something about it that I was like, you know what? This is pretty good. It does make me feel slightly different than the animated version of it. So
Mhm.
I think it does serve a purpose. I wasn't sure at first. I'm like, it looks like it's going to be the same movie, so I don't know. But yeah, after watching it, I was like, yeah, I'd recommend
Okay.
this one.
Okay. Now I might have to check out both the original and the remake.
Wow, wow, wow.
Oh boy, then we move on to Tear Jerker. This one, it's gonna win another award. It is not Dog Man, although there are
What?
some moments in there. There's some good tear jerker moments in there with Dog Man. But I'm gonna go with the Marvel movie that's all about depression and sadness, and that is Thunderbolts. Kind of what they're going for with that movie, kind of overcoming those demons in there, and I think it was pretty effective with how they resolve it all, and it may not be the most climactic resolving and ending of the whole conflict, but I thought it worked for me. I connected with it. I give it the tearjerker. Not really like a sad. I mean, there's sad tearjerker, and then there's more happy and not so sad. So it's not like a dog dying type of tearjerker type of movie, which will never win this award, because we will not award that in any movie. That is cheap tears. Um, but something a little different than that.
Yeah, yeah, for mine, different pick than yours, but this I don't. It's definitely not the full movie. Is tear jerking. It's more maybe towards the end, um, some of the last moments and stuff, or some of the last minutes of the movie. And I think this maybe had something to do with watching all these movies, maybe not necessarily for the first time, but actually watching them fully through, watching or watching them all. There's some I don't think I'd watched at all. I think I'd watch partial pieces, but to prepare for this movie, the Mission Impossible franchise,
Oh
uh,
my goodness.
towards the end of the movie, there's just something about it being like feeling like, this is actually going to be the potential last one,
Wow.
and we're losing the Hollywood stuntman Tom Cruise in the
Um,
process, and just something about him seeming old and stuff, older, just like, it feels like now that I rewatched like from I don't know when did the first one come out,
I
however
would
long
say,
ago, and he's a lot younger, looks a lot younger now. It's just like wow. And these all came out during my lifetime. It's just, I don't know. Something tear jerking about that. So I don't
yeah,
know if it was fully the movie itself or just kind of the moments in the movie along with that realization kind of thing.
yeah, that's a surprising pick, but I agree with that. It maybe didn't make me connect as much like being so old as you and
As
Tom
ancient as
Cruise.
I am.
But yeah, I like that pick. That's a good one. And I think it really did deliver that feeling kind of at the end, like, oh, this is it. Like sending off an era type of thing.
Yeah. Feels kind of like the John Cena moment of smiling and tapping out.
Exactly. That should have been a movie. That should have been the tear-jerking moment of the year. John Cena. Oh boy. And then on from tears to laughing. Tears of joy and laughter. Funniest movie of the year. I was between a couple here. I went with Dog Man again. I gave it another award.
Wow.
Oh man, I'm just looking at it and I'm like, they
Here I
just
thought I was the one that liked Dog Man.
I thought so. I haven't watched. Maybe if I rewatched, maybe I'd realize, oh, this isn't funny at all. But I just remember
Oh,
it
it was
going.
funny. Because this is a crossover. I got Dogman for funniest
Yes,
movie. I thought I was going to come back on you because I was like, I'm the one that likes the Dogman movie. I'm like, at least I'm going to have him here now to, I think, how many is that you've given Dogman?
so I gave it this one. I gave it family movie and style. So I've given it 3 awards.
Okay, so yeah, I thought I was going to tie you back up with this one because I was like, I ain't going to pick Dogman. Oh, jeez. Yeah, this
Yeah,
one,
it's
ah, Michaela is actually. I probably was not laughing this much, but it made me laugh probably more. Michaela, my wife, was having a great time with this one in the theater and laughing to the point where she was crying. Uh, I don't know why, if it just tickled her funny bone or what for some moments. And yeah, it was just just funny. So,
yeah, it
good movie.
is. It's so good. I mean, just like I've always thought, just like every second they go for every single joke they can possibly go for. And there's a lot of movies, like I was thinking like maybe Novocaine or something like that, but it's like that's balancing humor with other stuff and
Mm.
um just to be constant humor like Dogman. Banger jokes after another. Gotta be.
Yeah.
Got to be. And then we go on to best couple. Oh, you got a smiling face. I'll go with mine's more regular. I'm going with The Gorge. It's a Valentine's Day movie, fittingly two spies, opposite sides of the gorge. Great chemistry between them. My favorite couple of the year.
I mean, I've got that one written down if we want the kind of normal couple.
No, I
If
don't
that's
want
what
the
we're looking
norm.
for.
You give me the other one.
Well, my couple of the year, Dogman and Lil Petey. I don't know if they're necessarily couple. It depends what you look at
That's
as
true.
couple. They're
That's
more
true. Duo.
partners. Duo, best duo. That's kind of how I thought of it. They're not, yeah, not really a couple in any way. Um, so yeah, if we're going based on actual couple, I also had the Gorge, but I did like the teaming up of Dogman and Little Petey. Uh,
That's good.
I I found that probably led to a lot of the very funny moments, and a lot of the heart and the reason why it's a great family movie, according to all these awards. So
Oh man, it is sweeping. It is sweeping the awards. For a second, I thought you were gonna go just like dog and man together, the best. Like, oh, man. Oh, boy.
not quite that crazy. I actually
Oh,
have somewhat of a legitimate answer.
and I think we're on to our final category, the good old movie of the year, aka the Maverick Award. Kind of going back to Top Gun Maverick when that was out, and it was just this throwback, feel good action movie that just feels from a different era, a bygone era that we do not get movies from anymore. Is this one going to be a crossover, do you think?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? I went with F1. It is
Okay.
the director of Maverick, so it makes sense that a lot of maybe the inspiration for this award, a lot of those factors are also in F1, and Brad Pitt kind of being one of those more aged stars that can still deliver a great performance and just be this throwback, not overly modern, dramatic, over the top with things, just delivering everything you want from a summer blockbuster.
Yeah, that's a really good pick, and I think I kind of thought of this one a little bit differently. Um, because yeah, this feels a little old school, and that's maybe because it's a reboot, my pick.
Yeah.
This is Naked Gun, the
Oh,
new Naked Gun movie. It's got some callbacks to kind of an older school feel because it's
yeah,
based off something that
yeah,
movies from a while ago. And I think it recaptures some of those things, and doesn't get too modern necessarily,
yeah.
which was one of my concerns with it, or concerns about it. So I think it did a pretty good job at that. But um, yeah, I really like your pick of F1. That or I think Mission Impossible could probably also be a
Oh,
good one
yeah,
for this. All three of those, in my opinion, were all good old movies
yeah,
this year.
yeah. I think they could go. I think that's probably the best pick other than F1, of course. I think that's a good one because modern comedies, they're just all the same. They seem to be, and they're just I don't know, not really what I want to go and watch. But
Hmm.
not that I love the old Naked Gun movies, but at least it's
Yep.
something now that's different and actually fresh again. But also, like you
Right.
said, kind of feels nostalgic in a way to some of those simpler times and just a different kind of humor.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, those are our awards. Let us know in the comments below what you would nominate for all these. If you've seen Dogman, or wondering what is this children's film that's sweeping the awards at the Nacho, and definitely makes them legitimate. Um, yeah, I'm guessing we might be the only awards out there where Dogman
We
has
give it
swept.
six combined awards. Oh man.
But it's a fun movie. It's definitely more leaning towards kids and
Yeah.
stuff. But it's funny. It's got its moments. Well, it's got a lot of moments, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. But if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe for future videos like this, and as always, don't forget to keep on nibbling on that movie theater popcorn.